Okay, cockpit integrity is good. Everything checks out. Got my scopes up, got my chat up. I think we're ready. Hello everybody! Mr. Moo here in the cockpit again. In Elite Dangerous, today on my main, Commander Kyle Donovan. And we're going to go out and, we're going to do some deep space exploration today. I'm going to try to alternate it. I'm going to try to do Tuesday, Thursday shows as just exploration, pretty chill. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending, I'm going to try to do the Clean Slate project. Or, not stick exclusively to Elite. I'm going to try to diversify a little bit. We'll see how that gets, how that's responded to. In the meantime, though, here we are in Cavalieri Station in the Pleiades cluster. And, we're going to be heading out into the deep dark. See what we got out there. Want to say a big thank you to Metaplot, who followed a few hours ago for the stream. Welcome to the crew. Hope you enjoy. And let's see, let's pull up the scan data. There we go. Alright, I should have everything visible that I need visible. So we will launch in approximately 1 minute. 1 p.m. Pacific on the mark. Hope everybody had a good day. Hope everybody's having a good day. And let's see. Just making sure I have everything else set up for the trip. Jump range is good. All modules at 100%. And it's launch time. Lights on?
Lights on.
Gear up.
Retracting landing module.
Maintain correct lane on exit.
Nope, no final destination in mind. We're just gonna... Well, we're gonna visit a couple of the big stars today. We're gonna drop by Betelgeuse, which is a relatively sedate 280 light years away. And then we're gonna hit VY Canis Majoris. And then after that, who knows, maybe Thor's Eye.
Traffic operations signing off.
Or, actually... cancel that. I got an idea. You gave me a good idea, actually, because it's relatively close right now, and then we can visit Betelgeuse afterwards. Oh, 600 light years away. Well, that's what long jumps are for. Use jet cone boosts if available. Probably not. It's gonna run us through the edge of the bubble. That's fine. Okay, ship ready, crew ready, jump.
Preparing for jump.
The whole point of this is to go and see the interesting places. Well, let's go visit the most interesting place I can think of.
Leaving system.
That's also really close to the bubble.
Frameshift now engaged. No anomalies detected.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Exit destination confirmed. Arrival in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Compiling data for cartography.
So this destination we're going to, or at least this first stop on the trip, it's really close to the bubble, and it is spectacular for new explorers if you want a lot of cash and a lot of wow factor would be a good way to put it. First time I jumped into this system, I swore I was going to have to fire my equipment for coming into work drunk. I jumped in, I honked the horn, and I stopped when I looked at the system map. It was like, what in the hell have I jumped into? And the name of this amazing place is HIP 63835. A few of my longer time viewers probably have heard me talk about this system before. I recommend it to everybody who wants to be an explorer. Hell, I recommend it to everybody, period.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's just one of those really weird star systems that...
Warning. Hyperspace conduit unstable.
Okay, that's new. Okay, we're crashing out. Hyperdiction. There you are.
Surge detected.
It's their pulse. Okay, it's... Yeah, thanks, Eldani. I hit the boosters and then turned off flight assist to try to drift out of the way, just in case he got angry at me. Doesn't look like it worked. Come on, Alex, let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Range anomaly detected.
Again? Wait, no, that was him jumping. Right, I think we're safe. I think we're clear. An ad plays when I see hyperdiction? Son of a... That wasn't me, I swear. So, as I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted by the frickin' Thargoids, we're gonna go get a first-person view of... Well, that's good, at least. We're gonna go get a first-person view of HIP 63835. It's relatively close to the bubble. It's only like a couple of light... I want to say 100, maybe 200 light years at the most away from the bubble. So it's a really good place to go if you need to get that exploration rank, if you want to unlock some of the engineers. I think it's Felicity Farseer that wants you to have scout ranking, and this place will definitely count. And I think Elvira Martuk wants you to travel at least 300 light years from your starting position, and this also fulfills that criteria. Let's go have a look. Elvira Martuk. Yep, minimum distance from your career start location of at least 300 light years. If 63835 doesn't do it, then you're at least very close when you get there. Let's top off the tank and get a scan going while we're at it. And another star at 36,000 light seconds. Let's see if scanners can pick it up. Answer is no. Now, what did I equip on here? Okay, I did give it the long-range scanner, but no luck.
Fuel scooping complete.
Resume course?
Locking next star system.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
What? What? What are you talking about, IHG? Yeah, probably. Ah, gotcha. Yep, the beauty of engineered drives. And I mean, I am running 10 years lighter than my Anaconda. But if anybody joins in, or wants to pop into the cockpit, then this one is a lot more accommodating than the Anaconda. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, nothing terribly exciting. Oh, already got a scan on this place.
Fuel scooping.
So apologies that the scan data isn't actually popping up on the sidebars. Captain's Log 2 kind of acts a little screwy. It doesn't quite like to play nice with EDSM or EDDB. So once I get some direct scanning, it ought to pop up a little bit more. Come on. There we go. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
So here we are skirting through the very edge of the bubble on our way to 63835. Okay, we can find out about scan data here when we get to the Kraung system. Kraung. Following in the practice of jingles, I may just call it Steve. Oh, we gotta be closing in here. We'll tell after we get a scan on Steve. as well we're at it.
Fuel scooping.
And we are 5 jumps out. Alright. And there we go. Stellar data is popping up. So yeah, I've just got to directly scan it. That's alright. System map.
System map.
You know, I want to say that gas giant has life. Let's go give it a quick look and find out. Long-range sensors mean that it should kick in any second. I'm going to say 1700. Let's try for 1700 light seconds. Crap. Do I hear 1600? The death pile? Okay, long-range sensors, start doing some long-ranging here. Then again, it is a small gas giant. Orion, no, there isn't. Not an itemized list anyway. There's estimated credits with, if you, I take that back. If you install something like ED Discovery, or like I have, Captain's Log 2, then yeah, you can see the estimated credit value of anything you scan here. Gas giant with ammonia-based life. Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more value out of that thing. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
But, yeah, ED Discovery has a really nice map view, which I usually have up when I'm not streaming because I've only got so much monitor landscape to, cover everything. But that's got a really nice map view, and it lets you look at stuff, see the, I'll say, atmospheric composition. Gives a lot of data at a glance that you usually have to jump into the system map for. It's 4 jumps now. I thought it was... I thought it was 5 jumps 3 jumps ago. And more brown dwarves. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
There's a layer of the galaxy. And what's our location? At the... -15. Let's see here. Yeah, it's around the... I don't know how to describe it other than it's like... There's a layer of dead brown dwarf stars and T-Tauri. And it's something like... I want to say it's something like 15 to 60 light years underneath the 0 point. It's somewhere around there. But it's an absolute pain in the ass when you're flying a minimally engineered or, short to medium range ship, if you're flying like a, if you want to take a Vulture from the Bubble to the Pleiades, because Professor Palin's speed shop is open for business, you're going to run into a lot of trouble, and you really got to pick your way through carefully.
Fuel scooping.
In this era of the engineers where,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
just about anybody can get superpowered jump drives. Oh, let me qualify that. There's the RNG gate of getting the materials. There's the RNG gate of getting the proper roll. But even a level 1 or 2 jump drive boost from Felicity or Elvira isn't out of reach of most people if you have Horizons. And there we go, one jump to 63835.
Fuel scooping.
Let's get a scoop here, because when we get there, I don't want to be too terribly close. Not to the system primary, anyway. It gets a little warm around those things.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete.
Because if I was having that much trouble scooping up a full tank off a Class M Red Dwarf, you don't want to know what this thing's going to do. Let's get clear of the glare of the star. I'll show you just the first thing you notice when you lock on to 63835. For example, that. That doesn't look like a star. And I noticed it, when I first... That's entirely right, Vox. It could be a quality of life thing just to, unlock the jump drives, and from there, do what you will. But yeah, 63835. You look at it at range, and you go, what in the hell is this? And I noticed it, a couple of years back when I was flying out here in this area, that what's that fuzzy blotch? It doesn't look like a star. Well, did some searching, did some navigating. And then I finally zeroed in on it and made the jump, and I found something absolutely bizarre. So we're closing in. It's bright, it's bluish purple, it's big. Alex, you gonna drop me out anytime soon? Come on. Don't crap out on me. And there we go, 63835A. Yeah, you are not wrong, Orion. So I honked the big Discovery scanner, and then I went into the system map. And that's when I decided all my hardware was drunk. So, 63835A. And we got a BC and a D. Wait a minute, where's BC and D? And what in the hell is this? We've got an A-class star acting like a planet. I want to say that's a G-class star. Yeah, A-class, G-class, another K-class. So this is our sun. Actually, it's pretty damn close to our sun. It's 0.97 solar masses and 1.08 solar radii. In any other system, this would be a fairly decent-sized star. Here, it's just one of the outer planets. And this star slash planet, has a star for a moon. It's got a Class T brown dwarf. The moon has moons. And then when I got done looking at this and going, what in the hell have I jumped into? I started looking back over here and, oh what, the B star is a black hole. Okay. The C star, another black hole. The D star, you guessed it, black hole. So what we have here is a binary star system with triple black holes. Explorers, take note. This place is a gold mine. You got some really weird worlds here. 63835 ABCD4. It's in a binary pair with this K-class star. Atmosphere is 57% water, 29% carbon dioxide, and 11.5% silicates. So the atmosphere is water, rock, and CO2. This is not a nice place to land. You'll either splash down, turn into a rock, and then splash down, or burn up, turn into a rock, and then splash down. This is also a place to get a really good scan on a nearby black hole. It's only 56 light seconds away from the primary.
Fuel scooping.
Yep, exactly. This system is just
Fuel scoop disengaged.
it's a mess. It's a beautiful mess, but holy crap, is it a mess. And it's another one of those places where, you know, you can get really close to a black hole and see the gravity lensing in effect. So yeah, there's ABCD3. Let's see, what else we got over here? Well, there's the miniature star systems of ABCD. Oh, sorry, no, that's C over there. So there's another one of the black holes. There's ABCD1. ABCD7. I mean, I'm doing 3 times the speed of light, and that star is barely receding. Oh dear. Well, that's too bad. I'm really sorry to hear that. If it's you that doesn't like the gravity lensing. Me, I love it. So yeah, explorers, take note of this system. HIP 63835. Yeah, especially because it is only, let's take a quick look here. ...275 light years from the Sol system. That's gonna make a mess. So that was the first of the, oh my god, you know, OMG, WTF, BBQ kind of stars that I ever saw, or star systems. And then, and this was before they put in route planning of any kind, me, Commander Niao, and Commander Bourgeois Stalker, they were in Cobra 3s, I was in a brand new Asp Explorer, and I was feeling like, you know, king of the universe. We decided to all take a little trip to Betelgeuse. And we had to eyeball all the systems. We had to kind of, you know, zoom in on Betelgeuse, and then zoom out until we found a star that was roughly in the same direction, at the right distance for our jump drives. And this was before wings as well, so we couldn't just lock onto a friend's nav beacon. We couldn't slave our jump drives together.
Fuel scooping complete.
Those damn dark ages. And back in my day, back when starships were made out of wood, back when Galnet was 2 cans and a string stretched between planets. And we liked it. Actually, no, that's a goddamn lie. We hated it.
Fuel scooping.
Just the star here. Just enough for a little fuel stop. Back in my day, we had to travel between systems in Super Cruise. Do the red dwarf systems have gas giants? Excuse me. Some of them do. Some of them don't. Some of the brown dwarfs do have gas giants. In fact, there's one I'm remembering. It was like a brown... It was a little crummy, piddly brown dwarf and a gas giant that was actually bigger than the star.
Fuel scooping.
Well, if they had gas giant fueling, they'd have to add brown dwarf fueling because, you know, brown dwarf is just a pile of warm hydrogen, delusions of grandeur. But yeah, that trip out in the Cobras and Asp took 6.5 hours from, where were we at the time? BD plus 03, 35, 37, I think. Yeah, the gas giant was bigger than the brown dwarf, but the brown dwarf was the system primary. But I joked when I looked at it, you know, holy crap, that star's huddled around the gas giant for warmth. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
13,000 light seconds? Nah. Everything else here is just rocks. Maybe some ice. But yeah, here's another Class Y brown dwarf. And we ran into this problem too, because the galaxy map filters weren't there for stellar class. Yes, yes, I'm old. Get off my lawn. Grumbles, grumbles, oomy leg, oomy leg. Oh, hey, that'll shorten the trip down a little bit. Well, here we go. This'll shave a few jumps off the trip. Hello, Jackson's Lighthouse.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
Boost activated.
supercharged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Initiate jump sequence.
Hyperspace jump engaging.
I forgot Jackson's Lighthouse is along this vector. Oh, there goes 193 light years.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Yeah, nothing really exciting here either. Got the star scanned. Let's just grab this while we're scooping.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
Not what I meant to do, but hey, while we're here. 73% hydrogen, 26% helium, and at 2.56 AU, so about 25% greater orbit than, what, Mars? Something like that. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Also starting to make out the Orion Nebula, just to the left of Barnard's Loop there. At least I think that's Orion. The whole area there, if we were to get closer to it and get further away from the system primary, you can make out a lot more detail in the Orion molecular cloud complex. The place is just
Fuel scooping.
rife with nebula. System map?
Fuel scooping complete.
System cartography.
Nope. Excuse me. Yeah, long story short, it would be pretty.
Fuel
System map?
scooping.
System cartography.
Well, this is more interesting. I mean, it's all been discovered, but... yeah. Resume course.
System destination locked.
I don't want to get too distracted. Because if I went off scanning every, interesting looking pile of rocks that had already been explored, then you'd never get anywhere.
Complete.
By the way, that big red dot to the right of my destination, that's not in this star system. In fact, that's still 3 jumps away. That's about 150 light years away, visible in the glare of the system primary. That's Betelgeuse. Sure I can. It's like Haster.
Fuel scooping.
You know, it's funny you mention that, Eldani, because that's my next stop after this guy. Just for comparisons.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So let's do a jump here. We're coming in on a Class K star. So just slightly, slightly cooler than our sun. And VY Canis is about, 1,700, 2,000 light years away from the bubble, maybe. So, okay, make a note of this. Because when we arrive at this K-class star, what's our distance? .8 light seconds. System map.
System map.
Details here. 0.76 solar masses, 0.84 solar radii. So, thereabouts, close enough for government work, our sun. Keep that in mind. 3.8. Resume course.
Selecting next destination. Oh, hi. 2,700 light seconds. We are thereabouts around, well, let's see here. Mars's orbit is at what, 1,000 light seconds? So here we are at roughly, I want to say roughly Jupiter. We're in the orbital range of Jupiter from our sun. And yeah, there we go. One M-class red supergiant. Five times, well, let's call it 5.5 times. Yeah. No, it'd be 5, because Earth to the sun is 500 light seconds. Earth to the sun is 500 light seconds, 1 AU. So 5 times 5 is 25. This is 2702. So yeah, let's call it 5.5 times, 5.5 AU roughly. Yep. Let's get the system map here. Let's see the numbers. Let's see here. 10,000 million years. So yeah, 1 billion years. 0.25 solar masses. It's only a quarter the mass of the sun. And yet it is 640 solar radii. Now the reason the mass is so low and the diameter is so high is because gravity is actually what's holding stars together. The more mass of the star, the more compact it gets. To a certain level. When you deal with O-class stars, then, you're just lucky they haven't gotten that much bigger. Huh, this was discovered by Ambassador Kosh. Let's see here, 2.77 atmospheres. Atmospheric composition is 99.7 sulfur dioxide and 0.3 rock. That is planet Charcoal. It's orbiting at 2,400 light seconds, and I imagine it's fried. Surface pressure 1015 atmospheres. You drop carbon there and you're getting diamonds out the other end. Yeah, let's not talk about that. I'd rather not be in this neighborhood when it goes supernova. Or I'd like to use my jump drive to jump past the shockwave so I can see what's left afterwards. Actually, come to think of it, I don't know if it's going to go supernova if it's only 0.25 solar masses. It may just, go nova, as it's doing now, just expand, and then nothing. At least according to Elite. I don't know what the real world numbers are on it. But yeah, Commander Bourgeois Stalker, this was during the time of the federal bombing campaign on Kappa Fornacis. And he loaded in a ton of onion head into his hold to dump one out for his homies. Well, he didn't notice that, yes, you can get really close to this star. That doesn't mean you should get really close to this star. I believe he was at something like 1,000 light seconds. I mean, here I am scooping fuel off at 2,400. He got a little bit close. His hull got down to something like 8%. It was at 50% when he noticed that all of his consoles were on fire because he'd been over in the side here with his nose buried in the functions tab. And then he realized about that point that, well, everything was on fire and he had a problem. But he did manage to dump out the onion head, mostly because his cargo door melted off. Details. Come on. No, you want to. There you go. VY Canis Majoris. So we were at, what, 2,700 light seconds? Yeah. Let's go visit something a little bit bigger. Because in terms of supergiants, Betelgeuse is a lightweight. So yeah, Stalker got down to 8% hull by the time everything, by the time he beat the flames out on his console. Managed to get his Cobra home though. It wasn't easy, but it was a lot faster than the trip out. Let's say he had a high degree of motivation. VY is still the biggest known star in the game. I'm pretty sure there are larger ones in the real world. Let's go find out real quick. VY Canis Majoris, Wikipedia. Largest star. Survey says UY Scooty. VY Canis Majoris is second place. Oh, seven larger ones known. Wow, I'm running off old information here. Last I heard, VY Canis was the second largest, and UY Scooty was the big one, was the champion. What do we got here? G or K class? System map?
System cartography.
No, maybe F. Okay, G-Class, but there doesn't look to be anything really exciting. There's this ball of iron, if I had to make a guess. At a mean distance of 11 light seconds. Ah, alright. And yeah, it mentions a lot of caveats. Now, something to also for explorers to note, if you see kind of a fuzzy halo around the planet you're scanning, that's indicative of atmosphere, because you're getting some light scattering off of the atmosphere. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Okay, let's see. There's that. There's that. Alright. Well, it was still a little bit of payout on that little rock. System map.
System map.
What was the detailed data on that looking like? 383 atmospheres, not bad. Atmosphere 100% silicate vapor. Ugh. Pretty sure that voids the warranty on anything you drop down into it. And again, just honk the horn. Look what's around. Turn on the orbit line so I don't crash into the gravity step. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scooping complete.
All landable. Well, except for you. Now, they do have some of the distances off in Elite, I noticed that. I was looking up, what was it, Shapley 1, the Fine Ring Nebula. And I want to say in Elite it's something like 1,700 light years from home. Whereas in the real world it's something like...
Fuel scooping.
Oh, I want to say the last measurement put it at something like... between 4,500 and 4,900 light years, I want to say. I'd go reference it, but again, looking up reference books on stream isn't terribly exciting. Resume course.
Selecting next system
Fuel
en route.
scooping complete.
Ah. Red dwarf star. Still picking up signal sources out here. I should really drop down and have a look at that and see what I can find. Assuming it's not the bugs here to kill me.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
High metal content. But no, Elite is amazing in a lot of ways, and also somewhat disappointing in one significant way. I wanted to go see the Eagle Nebula up close. I wanted to see the Pillars of Creation, even though I know they're light years long, and I could only appreciate them from relatively great distance. But the Eagle Nebula is not really much of anything.
Fuel scooping.
Now, there's some reasons for that. One of them is that it's been theorized the Eagle Nebula was actually destroyed a few thousand years ago by a supernova explosion, and we are only seeing, we're only seeing it just before the shockwave hits. In fact, some were claiming that the shockwave was visible in some of Hubble's pictures of it. Now, there's been some stuff that also put some doubt on that theory, back and forth. You know how astronomy goes. One of my favorite comments on kind of the nature of astronomy and academic discussion was in a Star Trek novel. It's called Before Dishonor. And the Borg had a new way of assimilating. They didn't absorb. They used their nanites in like a gray goo scenario and just, they didn't assimilate, they absorbed. And the Borg ate Pluto. It was called the Supercube Crisis. Long story. But Admiral Jellicoe, down in the bunker in San Francisco, resume course,
Selecting next destination.
gets word that the Borg ate Pluto, and his first thought is, thank God they finally settled the argument. Skim across. System map.
System cartography.
Gas giants and moons.
Complete.
I don't expect to find much in the way of unexplored, unmarked stuff on the map between here and VY Canis, because it's kind of part of the, part of the route, and also everything out to nearly, well, there's a lot of stuff that's been scanned and explored, and the frontier keeps getting pushed out, and that's really neat in some ways, and it's kind of a pain in the butt for new explorers and others. And you want to get your name on the map every day, every week, it's a little bit harder.
Fuel scooping.
I mean, you don't want to go flying out in a...
Fuel scooping.
Well, you can, and it's certainly the way it's been done before, but opening up the engineers and the super-engineered jump drives just, pushed the bubble back that much farther and faster. So you want to kind of get yourself your own engineered drive so you can kind of keep up, or at least, get out and back somewhere. If you don't want to make a total career out of exploration, you want to do it before you get, before you die of old age.
Fuel scooping.
It's one of those things I really wish I could sell modules. Like put engineered modules up for sale and go, here.
Complete.
Here's a class, a 5A jump drive that I've put a G1 range boost on. Here's this for X amount of credits. Here's a grade 2, here's a grade 3. Crazy Moo's discount starship lot, everything must go. You want jump drives? We got jump drives. You want working jump drives? We got jump drives. Additional terms and conditions may apply. Offer not valid in Texas.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
I could just sell components like crazy. Here's a grade 5 dirty drive tune that you can stick on a T6. That's right, we will turn your van into a hot rod.
Fuel scooping.
We will not be undersold.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System map.
Or are these Class M's? Class M's. How's the Thargoid? Fresh. But no, people could make a career out of engineering. I mean, them being the engineers. Who's his supplier? We don't know, but he keeps muttering something about the guy with the guns.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
It's like the old, the old Car Wars tabletop game, Uncle Albert's Catalog from Hell, where it was just this, written from an in-world perspective of all the equipment you could buy and equip your vehicle with. And there was kind of a joke section called Uncle Schmalbert's Catalog, which was all the stuff that, like rules lawyers. You could get a rule bender or a rules lawyer for your game. Or photon torpedoes.
Complete.
Where does he get them? He's not saying, but he keeps muttering something about the guy with the ears. Mount it on your car and... well, it counts as a one-shot weapon. And it, bottled matter antimatter explosive device tends to make everything else in the area disappear.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Was thinking about setting up some kind of stream of me and Stalker playing those old school games, old Car Wars, things like that. Because we've got Vassal, and I've set it up so it can record. Just another one of those kind of sit down, chill, chat with friends.
Fuel scooping.
For new objects, stars, and asteroid belts.
Fuel scooping complete.
There is the new Ogre game. However, I am somewhat broke and do not have it. Orion, have you tried filtering the stars on your galaxy map? Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
You know, do as such, like go into your galaxy map, go to here, check map, show by color, star class, and then well, just tick OBAFGKM and leave everything else be. Even if you can pick up a, even if you can just pick up a red dwarf, that's still enough for you. Alright, good. No, there is that new Ogre game, though, iMage, and I really need to get some kind of group together to play some of the tabletop stuff in person. I also play the X-Wing Miniatures game. I tried getting into the Star Trek Miniatures game based on the X-Wing rules, but I like it in theory, but they grew too fast, I think, and without enough playtesting and, theorizing.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
X-Wing kinda ran into that, especially with the latest FAQ, but after the initial wailing and gnashing of teeth, I came to see their point on it. Gotta change your favorite color from purple to yellow? Why so? Where in the hell? System map.
System map.
Okay, so I think, and this has happened a couple times before, I think with these stars in relatively close proximity to each other, that, the game just dropped me out much further away from the stars. That way it avoids the risk of running through a star like previously has happened. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
576,000 light seconds. Or as I call it, hell no. Well, yes, but red dwarf stars are... Red dwarf stars are orange-ish. Just one of those things. I mean, since nobody's been able to image brown dwarfs very well, it was kind of up to the imagination to figure out what it was, and Frontier figured, hey, something like a gas giant, except a little bit angrier. Depends on the class of brown dwarf.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
You know, as good as Elite is, and as accurate as they get it sometimes, like, you know, when their Stellar Forge system actually created a system very close to TRAPPIST-1, they're still, you know, when the day's over and done, they still gotta imagine a few things. Ah, just star and star. Good grief. Could play floor hockey on the flight deck of this thing. New edition of Twilight Imperium. All these things that take that green stuff. Or its digital variant.
Fuel scooping.
Ah, good enough. This thing sips fuel.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Actually, I want to say that that orangish star, we are still 13 jumps out. I want to say that's VY Canis Majoris there, to the left. I am pretty sure that's that monster star.
Fuel scooping.
29 new objects. Let's get around pointed where we want to be. System map.
System cartography.
Alright, what have we got?
Fuel scoop
Gas giants and
disengaged.
moons. This one would have life. And hey, we're already getting a scan off it. I'm 90% certain this thing has life. System map.
System map.
Yep, ammonia-based life on it. You can always kind of tell just because of the color and general look. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Kind of wish it'd been worth a little bit more in terms of credits, but eh. If you're going out exploring for the money, then well, good luck to you. Though the payout buff is nice, you can actually make quite a bit more. But it's not exactly high, you know, fast-paced, pulse-pounding work. And again, it's very chill, and that's what I like sometimes.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Initiate jump sequence on my mark.
Okay.
Fuel scooping complete.
Mark.
Hyperspace jump engaging.
Fuel scooping.
Well, 5 new objects. No,
Fuel
that's
scooping complete.
terribly good, I think. Yeah, I'm starting to get more and more sure that's VY Canis in the distance. Damn, that monster is huge.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System cartography.
Discovered by Dolph Gundam. Dolph Lundgren's lesser-known cousin. So this will also be a semi-decent measure, I think, of what stars are, you know, how far an explorer has to go in order to start running into the unexplored stuff. The totally uncharted stuff.
Fuel scooping.
Though granted, this measure's probably a little bit skewed by the fact that everybody, you know, who's into deep space exploration wants to go to VY Canis. Now what have we got here? Degraded emissions. A signal source out here. Well, let's go have a look. Let's have a look without going Star Trekking past.
Commander, what are your orders?
Small survey data cache.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Well, I've got the tonnage. I've got the carriage capacity. That's a little bit more money just happened. 4 grand. I may toss it. We'll see. In the meantime, though, moving right along. Well, they used to be illegal salvage, so nobody would pick them up, because who wants to get scanned on their way back home and have somebody say, oh, illegal salvage, and blow you out of the sky after you've been out for a week or whenever. Yeah, exactly. System map.
System map.
Now what? Okay. 1.3 solar masses, and your buddy is 0.70 solar masses. Resume course.
System destination locked.
I was just curious because I saw the line, the orbital line going through that star, so it indicated it had its own orbit. It looks like the A and the B star are in a mutual orbit of each other. The A star isn't big enough that the B star goes around it, and vice versa. But yeah, Vox, we may just jettison this into hyperspace or something. Depends on average value. Or if I can stop by it. It's possible, I don't know. I wish I'd look this up, whether or not these things are like rare commodities. In which case,
Fuel scooping.
value increases with distance carried.
Fuel scooping complete.
Six jumps. Now, if there was a large survey data cache, I figured that would be worth a hell of a lot more.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping.
How much damage did I take on that one supercharged jump? 1%. Alright, that's not bad. I can live with that. And sorry, iMage, I saw your comment there about, a PUBG version of Ogre. And, yeah, my brain stopped for a moment, and I never even bothered to answer. That would be... slightly terrifying. Of course, you'd need hover tanks. I have no problem with this.
Fuel scooping.
And battlesuits, yeah. Uncle Schmalbert's catalog mentioned,
Fuel scooping.
how'd you get your start in business? Well, some guy brought in a motorcycle and asked me to make it a little bit tougher. Well, I figured I could give it a hollow projector that made it look like a semi-truck. Well, the problem was you needed a power plant the size of a semi-truck to power the hollow projector. So we added in a few more pieces here and there, added a little bit armor. Well, that increased the weight, so we had to increase the size of the power plant a little bit. Then we needed some kind of, firepower, because that much armor isn't impervious to everything. Long story short, we gave the motorcycle back to the guy, and he hated it. Said it wasn't a motorcycle anymore. Whatever. Sold the design to the army for a fortune. I think they're calling it like the Ogre Mark I now.
Scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System cartography.
Narg. Oh. Hello there. Earth-like. Hit the brakes, roll on over. Pan-Europeans versus Combine. The closest I know is North Iowan versus Combine. Alright, getting a scan here. Thank you, long-range scanners. Now we should see the monetary value and everything else pop up there on the sensor display. This is true, iMage. Actually, no, this was idiot classmate with Combine versus Deputy. Well, hello there, money. That is certainly true. I certainly haven't found an end to him yet. Okay, why can I not get any scan data off of that? At least not an ED discovery. Okay. Well, regardless, let's go see what you are. Earth-like, obviously discovered. 67% nitrogen, 28% oxygen, 3.73 atmospheres, 1.3 G. That's not horrible. You could live there. Very nice. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Yeah, this was a kid who, his dad got a little mad at a local deputy, and Dad told him to run the deputy over with the Combine. And he tried.
Hyperspace velocity reached. Temperatures are at an acceptable level. Gathering information, cartography update.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, it was...
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, it was the hole in the head gang. Well, the sun wasn't too terribly bright either for actually going along with the plan. What did he think was going to happen? So then, you end up with the sheriff, and then was it like the local cop, and then deputies from 2 separate counties coming out. And a scuffle ensues, and the dad must have, something must have knocked 2 brain cells together, because... something must have knocked 2 brain cells together, because he thought, hey, if they haven't shot me yet, that can only mean one thing. I am invincible. The police quickly put an end to that particular train of thought.
Fuel scooping.
Basically told him that he could sit in the car quietly, or he could ride home on the roof.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So 3 separate police departments involved. Or, well, 3 separate law enforcement agencies. Not to mention a Combine chase. And the whole deal, they both got fined like $100 a piece. Forget it, Jake. It's Farmer Town. VY Canis Majoris. When we jumped into Betelgeuse, we were at 2,700 light seconds. Please note that here, we are at 12,000 light seconds. This one is a monster. Oh, and there's a little brown dwarf star there, too. That really should be VY Canis Minor. But what have we got? We've got 17 solar masses and 1,400 solar radii. Let's see how close I have to get to actually scoop fuel off this sucker. Yeah, very low mass for its size. The higher mass of a star, the smaller its diameter gets, because more mass equals more gravity. V, why would you go closer to it? Science. I mean, it's not actually going to try to reach out and gobble me up. Temperatures are good. I have my heatsink launcher just in case. And I'm scooping at 5,200 light seconds.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'm scooping... We are sitting at 10 AU right now. The dwarf is 9,000 light seconds away. Two warp cores, see if we can turn it into a donut twice as fast. I love that conversation, I love that post. So yeah, there's VY Canis, and that is, as far as I know, the biggest star in the game. It's just... I don't know, words fail me, and then I end up just gibbering around and sounding like I'm on drugs. Let's see, let's turn off the... Carbon stars, Wolf-Rayets, non-sequence, Class O's. Actually, I've been watching the Orville, and I've been pleasantly surprised. Let's see here. You I've been to, I think. Yep, 38064, yeah. This is an interesting one, too. This is... well, it's only 600 light years away. This is another one of those, I'd almost call it a tourist site. Maybe they did put up a tourist beacon here. I'm not sure. But we are doing 80, 100... about 110 times the speed of light, and that star is not pulling away terribly quickly. But no, I've been pleasantly surprised by the Orville. You know, Star Trek The Next Generation was the best of the best, the cream of the crop. The Orville is everybody that kind of got the C average at the Academy. Maybe they excelled in one place or another, but nah, mostly they're the other guys. I think it was Trek Yards on YouTube, and they were saying, you know, kind of be hilarious to have an Orville Discovery crossover. Captain Lorca puts a gun to Mercer's head and says, "We haven't had jokes since the 21st century. Stop talking." And Mercer, I'm just like, huh, that's interesting. We haven't had shady-style douchebags since the 23rd.
Fuel sweeping. Fuel sweep disengaged.
Yeah, Orion, it's, oh, hey, we got a neutron star coming up. It's a little bit... Yeah, it gets better. Unless you like that, in which case, you know. But no, I thought it was going to be, you know, Family Guy in space, and it's not. I seriously like it. But I can like multiple things. It's, it's similar. The difference between Discovery and Orville is kind of like this, picture I saw of, you know, DC going, space, serious, taiko drums, always serious all the time. Marvel, here's a raccoon with a machine gun. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Thank
Boost
you.
activated. You're welcome.
Jump.
Preparing for jump.
This'll shave a few off the route.
Hyperspace. Checking systems now. Complete. Key systems are at optimum levels, readying for exit. Completing system scan. Stand by. Gathering
Fuel
information.
sweeping.
Cartography has now been updated.
System map.
System cartography.
It keeps dinging at me.
Disengaged.
Alright, gas giants and moons.
Fuel sweeping.
You have a very good point there, iMage. Also, if nobody's watched it, or, you know, if you have, Star Trek Continues. It was a fan series that was up on YouTube. It just wrapped up their final episode. Really, really good. I mean, I was watching it, and it was almost kind of eerie. It was almost a little disconcerting because it felt that close to watching the original series. And the last episodes, the two-parter, was really, really good. And just a beautiful dovetail into the motion picture, given the reasons and, you know, for everything, actually. Why was everybody so changed between the end of the original series and the motion picture? Well, this is good reasoning for it. System map.
System map.
Yeah. Yep.
Complete.
I agree, iMage. So there's a few videos out there on YouTube of others that kind of did the, did their own take on what the refit process must have looked like. Ammonia-based life. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Yeah, that's true. Drexler even showed up in the first, I think it was the first episode. Kind of a guest cameo. And I love Drexler's, he hasn't done them for a while, but the
Fuel scooping.
Ships of the Line, I forget what it was called. But it was like animated versions of the Ships of the Line calendar images. It was Ships of the Line Active Duty or something like that. I know why they did it, but it didn't quite fit in with the rest, given that I can see why they included the Phoenix in the little models. That makes sense. Every other ship there, though, was...
Fuel scooping.
To include Discovery in there, I think they should have just kept it as a line of Enterprises.
Fuel scooping.
But I imagine they're banking on the idea that Discovery is going to have major implications and impact on the Federation, so that's why it was included in the lineup. Okay, right. I've got 2 SRVs. Just remembering.
Fuel scooping.
Well, I don't want to get too deep into, into stuff on Discovery, lest you give away spoilers for those who are saving themselves to watch the, just wait for the whole first season and then sign up for CBS All Access for the free trial and watch it all.
Fuel scooping.
Alright. 2 objects, that would be the star and the other star. Other star at 28,000.
Fuel scooping complete.
I could probably get a scan on it, but it's just a star. System map.
System cartography.
I'm gonna look up though and see if we're getting into the unexplored territory. No, not quite yet. Nope. gotta switch around that button on the stick. I keep accidentally hitting it, and it keeps loading up the map.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, hi there. Waterworld. But sensor readings are sensor readings. What's that, Eldani? Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Ah. Now I get it. I see what you did there. No, it's not so much the delay in the chat, it's the delay in my brain. Yep, brain's delay. That, and I haven't seen Waterworld in God knows how long. So here's another system that you look at on the map and it's kind of a fuzzy dot, and it may resolve as such when I, pull away from the star here. So 63835 was just entirely, just a, one big fuzzy mass. Yep, this is as well. And you can spot these on the galaxy map. This one's more prominent because we're that much closer to it. But 38064, another Class O blue-white star. So this thing is really energetic. The Class O's seem to like to throw out this kind of material. Throttle back because we do not want to crash into this sucker. That would be bad. And again, large stars, we are 47 light seconds away from it. Ah, they did put up a... That's kind of neat. They did put up a tourist beacon. System map.
System cartography.
Mosselkot's found a lot of these really interesting systems. I think they, well, I don't think, I know. They probably fell in on the same technique I did. They just did it before I did.
View scoping.
Of clearing out all the stars in the galaxy map and then just looking for the fuzzy dots and zooming in on those. So yeah, we are we are scooping as we're on approach to this planet. That's how close this thing is. Also, in the southern hemisphere of this thing, there is a crater which I swear any deeper and you'd run into a Balrog. Yep, welcome to HIP 38064. Planets 1 and 2 are binary ringed worlds. One of them is landable. Which gives you a spectacular view. No, you can't scoop from the planet's surface, because it drops you down into normal space.
Orbital flight engaged.
Yeah, that's... that other planet is the home of some bastard who hates sand. Something hand-waving relativistic particles. Oh, hi. Big sucker over there. Screenshot.
Capturing image.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's use the main engines as retros here. There we go. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Didn't quite get this planet's rings into view like I wanted, but eh.
Shields offline.
Oh, that is not what I wanted.
Shields offline.
Damn, that was a harder landing than I expected. But that's okay. I know of a base relatively nearby. Set 1-2.
All power to shields.
I'm glad we found out about this now before we're way out in the deep dark.
Shields online.
Alright, let's try to keep them up this time, Alex. Yeah, 2G. So not... well... come on. I apparently found a really rough patch of ground to try to land on. Wait. We got something. There we go. That's true, Vox. Unfortunately, this ship doesn't have room for any of those. Well, it does have room for the mining laser. It does not have room for the repair limpets. It's only got room for one maintenance system, too. I mean, this thing is it's a beautiful view, but unfortunately, it just didn't have the space for everything. It was kind of a trade-off for me of, you know, view for viewers and jump range, and this came out on top of the equation, unfortunately. Let's get this fixed. Okay. Turn this off.
Drive assist on.
So high G has its pitfalls and also has its benefits. See how fast we can get this little buggy going. Set 2-1.
Diverting power to requested system.
We're up to 33. Of course, we're climbing a hill. Oh, big rock. Don't hit the big rock. Actually, there's something interesting over here. Also, again, you just can't argue with the view here. This place is crazy. I love it. Alright. See if there's anything interesting in this rock. Balance.
Redistributing power.
Nickel, iron, nah. Ruthenium. Let's not go into the Badlands. I'd like to try to get my ship back. You can still spin out, it's just a lot harder. Engines.
Power to engines.
But I'm gifted that way. Last time I was here, I actually found some escape pods. I doubt they want to come with me on the trip, though. Sensors are making some interesting sounds, though.
Drive assist on.
Kind of a scraping, staticky noise. I know you probably can't hear it. I've got the in-game volume turned down a little bit versus the microphone. Let's see if we can't bring the ship back and, well... Alex, I'm putting my ship into your virtual hands. Do not wreck it. Alex, those retros are firing pretty damn fast. Alex, do not wreck my ship.
I'm here.
Alright, good. Yeah. And this is why I would like a hover SRV, please. Something that doesn't go, you know, knocking the perspective around when you hit every pothole, rut, and bump in the road. Just, yeah, if you've got skimmer weapon drones, then it is entirely possible to have skimmer SRVs. Alright, let's find a place to put in for repairs. Go to EDDB. Go to stations. Okay, and facilities. Repair. HIP 38064. Find station. Let's see here. Pencil sector, ELI. Alright, here's where we're going. Pencil sector, EL-Y D5. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
(552 light years). Ah, it's back towards the bubble. Well, but it's also back towards the galactic disk. Back towards the core. No masters, no rulers. Hello. Welcome to the cast again. I seem to have gotten myself into a bit of a problem here. Let's turn off you. Alright. Gear up.
Landing gear up.
Well, I wanted to go corewards anyway, so we're actually heading in the right direction with this. Yeah, I ended up taking a hard landing here on a 2G world. May have to use up some of my heat sinks here on the way, too. We'll see.
Fuel scooping.
Nope, temperature's coming down. We're gonna be good. There it is. 45-degree climb out and clear the planet, get the system visible, and we can make the jump. There we go, starting to accelerate nicely now. Let's see, your internal slots were restricted. Actually, they've been restricted for a while. Some of them, anyway. The Orca always had its top 2 slots restricted to cargo bays. And then they just started adding new, rather than restricting cargo slots, they just started adding them. Like the Imperial Eagle didn't used to have a military compartment. And then they just, with an update, they said, hey, now you get military compartments for, things like shield boosters or whatever. That's what was dragging us down, the other planet. Okay. How far? 12 jumps. We can do this.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright. We aren't scooping. System is visible. Jump.
Preparing for jump.
Oh, no. Damn it. Screw it. I'm done messing around with this system. I'm just gonna fire off a heat sink and go.
Faster than light velocity reached. Hull integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels. Completing system scan for cartography.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
And we've got
Fuel scoop
nothing too
disengaged.
terribly exciting. Especially not at 137,000. Be here forever. Nice view, though. Yes, I actually did sacrifice safety and endurance in order to, just get a bigger window.
Fuel scooping.
Last main sequence star on your designated route. That's worrying.
Fuel scooping complete.
System map.
System cartography.
Where in the hell? Probably has life. Definitely has life. Metal rich, probably. Or high metal content. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Alright, so I'm good. There's another scoopable star. We'll try to cannonball through these without too much stopping and looking. It's a brown dwarf star. It's not like it's going to have anything interesting for planets anyway. You're going to have rocks, ice, rocky ice, icy rocks. They say in the Blues Brothers we got both kinds of music, country and western. Damn it, now I want to try to figure out some kind of mix-up with the Blues Brothers in this thing. It's 106 light years to Ambiri. Full tank of gas, full hold of beer. It's dark. It's space, you dumbass. It's always dark. And we're visors down. Actually had something kind of like that happen. Again, me and Bourgeois Stalker, who gets me into more trouble than I can... Well, I guess it's 50-50. We kind of get each other into trouble. We're trying to smuggle a load of beer. So it was kind of a case of the Blues Brothers meets Smokey and the Bandit in space. And we got scanned and ended up... How did that work? We actually got scanned through the mail slot. I forget how that happened, but it happened. In a Cobra 3, kind of stealth build, all A-rated, thank Jeebus, and we end up getting our canopy blown out on the escape because we were getting shot up and we hit the boosters and managed to smash into the docking port on the way out. Lost the canopy, but we figured since we had 7.5 minutes of air left, and the mission had to be completed in 7 minutes, either way we were good. M-Class Star, Red Dwarf, Scoopable. Good, because the tank's getting a little low.
Fuel scooping.
I'm gonna be here for a bit, so may as well get the scan going here. And where is the other star? Right there.
Oh, 85,000. Not getting a scan there. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
5 jumps.
Fuel scooping complete. Warning, temperature critical.
It'll hold. Hit it.
Preparing for jump. Faster than light velocity reached. Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by. Exploration data saved.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright. Not too terrible. It's only 20% hull damage. We'll get to the spray shop. Get that covered over. Space Bondo.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Oh.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay. We need to make a quick diversion to get a scan off of that one. Resume course.
System destination locked.
We got there. We got a water world. It's nearly 250,000. So your surface gravity a little bit higher. Not bad. Atmosphere is primarily nitrogen. You can do a lot with that.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh yeah, we're almost there. Kind of wanting to go into here somewhere on the other side of the core. Plenty of excuse me. Excuse me. Plenty of unexplored out there. And that's the point where I realized I needed more water. System map.
System cartography.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Probably still explored because we're relative. Yeah, this is all explored. Even this stuff out here. So we're going to get landed here, and that's probably where we're going to call it for the day. Just enough to get the ship patched up. Next time we do a exploration cast, it'll be... Let's see here. I'm trying to actually figure that out. Next week, my schedule's a little wonky on Tuesday and Thursday.
Fuel scooping.
There we go, New Growth Station. One of those asteroid bases. Kind which I really, really want for our faction. I'll somehow get a hold of.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think the next exploration stream will be in a week. Next Thursday on the 27th. I have to take Yuki into the dentist, but that shouldn't be an all-day deal. I should be able to get her dropped off, and then I will be back here for the cast, and then that'll wrap up, and then I will go pick up a very, very angry little ball of fuzz. Tuesday, no stream. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we are back to the Clean Slate project, back to the Narvert system with XT-977, and we're going to be... Actually, I'm going to do some weapon testing. I'm going to find out if torpedoes are actually worth it for new commanders starting out. I am supporting the Errantry Alliance of Narvert. That's the only one I'm supporting, mostly because I founded the thing. Just trying to help out, help out my own faction and get them into a expansion state. They have the primary starport, so that's a pretty good chunk of it right there. But I support just about anybody in the neighboring systems. Because if I help out, like, I don't know, the Narvert Purple Power Solutions in some other system, their influence gain in that system does not translate to influence gain in Narvert. Alright, head tracker on. Let's get this thing sat down with no more dents, please. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be on, and we're back into the Clean Slate, and doing some weapon testing, figuring out if torpedoes are, they're so expensive, are they worth it? But yeah, the Errantry Alliance is the one I, that's the player-based one.
Sir Kruger, Kilo Yankee Lima. Please submit a landing request on approach, Commander.
South Kruger, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Orbital rendezvous procedures initiated.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on pad 10.
Copy, Tower 10. Gear down.
The gear is down and locked.
Lights off.
Lights off.
200 meters from touchdown.
Ah, the lights turned off when I dispatched the ship earlier. And we are down and safe.
Confirmed contact. Commence power down. You are most welcome, Commander.
check the maintenance. A little bit of integrity fix. And hey, let's patch up the paint job while we're at it. I've actually got a shipyard here. I'll be damned. Sidewinder, Eagle, Hauler, Adder, Type 7. One of these things is not like the other. It would cost 10 million to bring the Bifrost out here. Though it's well equipped for the kind of exploration we're talking about. We'll bring it out here just because. Just in case. And if I were to turn in my all the star data I picked up today, we would be making 4 million credits. Not bad. But we're not turning that in here. Alright, that's going to do it for today. I will see everybody again tomorrow, Clean Slate Project, at 1 p.m. Pacific. Nice to meet some new faces, nice to have some new chats. Fly safe, everybody. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or dangerous, just get out there and fly. Take care, everybody. See you out in the deep dark.